Well, there goes our plan. And I was going to start on the west side and walk east crossing the Gillette Bridge, but it looks like that's closed. So maybe we will start somewhere else. I still kind of want to start on the west side. I don't think we're going to start here. I don't know. Why, hello everybody. And today is Saturday, July 26th, and we are in downtown Grand Rapids, Michigan once again, just here on the Grand River next to the Amway Grand Plaza and the newer tower of that just over here, and the recently renovated parquet between that and the old Civic Auditorium. Our plan tonight was to start on the west side and cross the Gillette Bridge, but it appears that the Gillette Bridge is being resurfaced. I don't know whose drone that is. We are in a no-fly Class C airspace, I believe, because of the local helipad. I'm not sure whose drone that is, though. I think we'll cross the Ann Street Bridge instead, which I hope is open. Oh, this side of the bridge is closed. We probably have to go up to Michigan Street. Yep. All right, well, I'm going to pause you guys because I don't want to film. Let's start on the west side. Just across from the Gerald R. Ford Presidential Museum on the Grand River. Or just behind the large convention hall. Not sure what's going on this week, but there's enough people. Usually this is a dead walkway and there's no one back here. So I figured I'd bring you guys along through this part while we have a half-decent crowd. You can just make out Varnum Bridgewater Place there, one of the taller structures downtown. Another one of the entrances to DeVos Place here. DeVos Place and DeVos Performance Hall. Sorry for that little jostle as I switch hands with the camera. And there is the Michigan Street Bridge. We'll cross that, headed to the west side. I think we'll take that as far over as probably the Bridge Street Fire Station before we turn and walk again to the east. My hope is to end near the Acrisure Amphitheater site, which is to the south end of downtown. I think I've given myself 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half or so to film, depending on travel time. Obviously, I started filming a little early. My plan was to walk all the way over there before I started, over there being the west side. So the weather today, we are looking at a solid 80% humidity. I'm going to say it's real close to a 92 Fahrenheit. It's got to be over 30 Celsius. I'm not exactly sure. But it's quite oppressive. So we're going to turn left here and we're going to walk across the Bridge Street Bridge. Oops, sorry. Oh, and as I come up into the breeze, that is much more pleasant. we are back to using the iPhone lavalier as we have in the past. I didn't put a wind muff on it today, which may have been a mistake. I might need to slap that on there. In the meantime, I will just kind of tuck my head in and try to protect you guys from the wind. I'm hoping to make a video showing you guys how I shrink tube and reinforce these 3.5mm TRRS iPhone headsets. Their microphone is pretty good quality. Their build quality lacks somewhat, so I ruggedize them a little and add a wind muff typically to use them for filming on the channel. As thus hung from my ear, I should use a lav clip. We'll just be passing Amway Park. Amway Park runs right alongside the Gerald R. Ford Presidential Museum along the river here. I apologize for that wobble as the wind catches the camera stabilizer. We're filming as we normally do on our big 35mm camera stabilizer platform with a Samsung phone very awkwardly clamped to the top of it. But until I can get my 1D repaired, this is how it will be. Actually, last time I looked at prices, the 1D Mark II was cheaper than the 1D. Why is that? The 1D is old. Did they not make the 1D 2 as well, or could have something to do with shutter actuations? Still blows my mind when someone lists a phone, or lists a camera, but doesn't list the shutter actuations on it. You're essentially selling a car without seeing how many miles are on it. The back of the Presidential Museum here on the north-south freeway as we cross Scribner. Funny, that elevated part of the freeway there reminds me of the Bentway, except instead of a cool park, we have a creepy parking lot underneath. Hey! Hang on, I'm tangled up in my mic cable again. I should have. Here or there, whatever. I'm just glad I'm got myself out making a video. I was almost gonna have another week without putting one out. So we cross a Barley Flats here. I believe New Holland Brewing. As we continue walking what is now Bridge Street to the west. And I think I'm going to put the wind muff on the mic. All right. Well, hopefully that will result in slightly less wind noise. And I'll have an ND filter to thin out the reflections on these glass. Otherwise, I'd show you guys the inside of some of these dining rooms. And there's Anchor Bar, one of the longtime staples of the area, one of the few original buildings left down in this area. O'Toole's here has been for a while as well. Surprised they don't have their windows open. Kale's Corner, I believe, had been here for quite a while as well. They might be under new ownership, though. I keep seeing something about that. Oh, here's the highway barricade. This is what they put behind the fire workers when they have to stop on the freeway. Keep you guys who aren't paying attention, because you're watching YouTube on your phone, from running into firefighters. And Bridge Street Market here at the intersection of Bridge and Seward. I think we will turn and start walking to the northeast now. We've got to cross Seward before we can do that because there's no sidewalk on this side of the road. So I will pause you guys for just a moment. Yeah, you know what? I don't like waiting. Let's just walk up here. I think we'll cross back towards the east at Ann Street. And hopefully this lav is still picking up enough ambient. Fortunately, every time I try to do two mics, I have problems getting them synced to the same bit rate because the two phones I have to record audio with, separate tracks and then sync later, just don't do the same bit rate. In the downtown community garden here. Along with some of the pickleball courts. And there's parking, I believe, for GVSU just up here as well. And I think that bus is actually taking a break. It's one of the Dash circular routes. That's a free bus that runs between the commuter lots, either clockwise or counterclockwise in the downtown core. I'm sorry for that. A little shake every once in a while, because I have to change hands with the camera, and the wind catches the camera. But hopefully it's not catching the lav. Ooh, a couple drops of rain. Although with how hot it is, that actually feels nice. I'm betting my gimbal is just the tiniest bit out of balance too, as I kind of perceive it to be wobbling a little. We'll be walking kind of by the construction site for the new soccer stadium, as well as the Acrisure Community Theater, Acrisure Stadium. Just make out the YMCA and the tower of the Pantlind Amway Grand here. Now see, the camera is out of balance, I can tell. I don't know if I can do anything about that in the field. Hang on. It's a little bit better. So the problem with this kind of camera stabilizer is my other hand basically can touch the gimbal, but I can't grab the gimbal. Just kind of have to help it not sway by having my hand near it. The recommended methodology to that is to normally kind of tap with your fingers, but all right. Crossing a little late here. On the Pew campus of Grand Valley State University here, as we turn and begin walking now to the east along Ann Street. Sorry, my arms are getting tired already. Filming one video a week is not helping carry the camera. So we wait to cross winter. Of course, one of the very few fast food places left downtown, so I will point it out. We still have a Burger King right off the highway, of course. Probably gets more through traffic than in traffic. And the construction site where they have Summer Street closed for right now, this will be the future home of the, I don't know what it's called, Amway Stadium. No, I didn't know they were calling it that. Hang on, let me get a nice steady crouch going here. Yeah, so they've pulled out all these commuter lots through here. And And this is going to be a soccer stadium to drive even more people into the downtown. So we'll cross under 131, the north-south freeway here on Ann Street as we continue headed to the east. Or Pearl, sorry, not Ann. Ann would be the next one up. Ooh, I'm right. I'm not gonna walk in front of you. And this will loop us back over to near the Gerald R. Ford Presidential Museum and Amway Park that we crossed earlier, along with the Grand Rapids Art Museum. They are still renovating their riverfront here, so unfortunately I believe we'll have to walk around the building. Let's cross this freeway on-ramp first. As we continue our walk to the east. Burger Theory in the Holiday Inn here. Another one I've not tried. If you guys have any feedback on these restaurants and you're not a robot, please feel free to drop it down in the comments. Especially if it's somewhere I should be going to. The only one I keep hearing repeatedly that I should try, especially as far as burgers go, is Black Napkin. I haven't tried them either. So currently Rome holds my title for best burger in Grand Rapids, so we'll have to see if that gets pushed out. On the other side of Amway Park, where they are tearing up that park now. Okay? Guys, you keep tearing up the parks, we're not going to have any parks to go into. Or is that the idea? And we'll cross the Pearl Street Bridge here. Back over to Grand Rapids East Side from Grand Rapids West Side. And a quick look at the Grand Rapids Public Museum. There's much to look at on the other side of the river, so I'll point you guys up towards the Blue Bridge. That's a pedestrian bridge. The next one to the south of us. And of course the towers of the Amway Grand. The other hotel I can never remember the name of. Cheers.
Thank you.
Yeah. Just make out that new parquet that's been renovated. As we continue walking to the east, the Horizon Bank building. And the entrance to the Amway Grand Plaza. As I was just discussing with that folks, previously known as the Pantlind. So we're going to turn and we're going to begin walking now to the south. I need to check what time it is. 3:20. I have plenty of time. Okay. So we're going to walk south to be able to view the Acrisure amphitheater site. But we think we're going to walk Monroe to the south for that. To be a little more lively. Pardon some camera shake again as I switch hands. Just make out McKay Tower here along with Rosa Parks Circle. Rosa Parks Circle, they often do ice skating in winter, little concerts, jazz, and dancing. And McKay Tower, previously known as the tallest building between Chicago and Detroit in 1983. Louis Campu Promenade here, attached to part of the indoor skywalk. It's a kind of a hand build. So Flatcam used had a guy had a couple gimbal questions for me. Ugh, excuse me. My nose has been running continuously since the wildfire smoke we had recently. Large condo towers here and a hotel. As we continue walking to the south, we'll also cross 20 Monroe Live, now GLC Live, along with The Bob, one of the local restaurant and event venues. As we approach Fulton Street here on Monroe. The Plaza. I always forget the name of that building. We do have a little bit of rain kind of coming, possibly. But I think we should be done filming by the time that comes in, as we just need to get over here to the Acrisure amphitheater site to get a quick look at it. Well, we'll have to wait to cross. guys on wide angle for a minute, even though I know the color quality won't be as good. I think that rain is not going to hit us though. So we'll make this quick stop off. Review progress on this amphitheater. This part's really boring. I'm going to cut you guys in and out. This former site of Charlie's Crab, which is now kind of marked. Well, I gotta say, the mosquito pond that they're growing there doesn't exactly make me think that the trespassing signs can mean much. I'm guessing mostly people have been parking here. As I can see, they've got it weirdly barreled and taped off. Not sure what's going on there. Oh, we better rush to make this light. One of the few fuel stations left downtown as well. A little mobile here, tucked in over by Founders Brewing, just off the freeway. Oh, looks like we have a walk sign. I better hurry up. All right, looks like they have their giant dirt mound seating all built up real nice. Hopefully they packed the ground down real well. This is all new construction over here. Hopefully you guys can see that. Hopefully it's not too dark. Well, that's a pretty boring looking side of the building at the moment, but perhaps they have a lot more construction left to go. I'm curious what the final facing will look like. I've seen the renderings, but that doesn't mean anything. You can see off in the distance there the dirt mound that will become the seating. It looks like it's going to become progressively harder to access further down that way. So I think we're going to end the video off there. I hope you guys enjoyed that walk through downtown Grand Rapids. If you did, please feel free to hit the thumbs up button. If you'd like to see more like it, please subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. And one more quick apology for the number of downtown videos lately. It's been harder and harder with the heat to get out of the downtown core. So maybe as fall rolls around, we'll be able to get out and do some other stuff, but it's downtown where I end up sometimes, so it's just easier to do videos here.